improvement in examination system. The commission has given following recommendation for the improvement in examination system कि किसी भी एग्जामिनेशन सिस्टम में इम्प्रूवमेंट कैसे की जा सकती है, इसके लिए कमीशन ने कुछ रिकमेंडेशन दी थी. सो फर्स्ट है आपका न्यू अप्रोच टू इवेल्यूएशन. ठीक है, इवेल्यूएशन का एक नया तरीका. दिस न्यू अप्रोच शुड कंटेन बिसाइड्स रिटन एग्जामिनेशन, ऑब्जर्वेशन टेक्निक, ओरल टेस्ट एंड प्रैक्टिकल एग्जामिनेशन. ठीक है, रिटन एग्जामिनेशन के साथ अलग अलग दूसरे भी जो एग्जामिनेशन है वो भी हुए, जैसे कि ऑब्जर्वेशन टेक्निक्स होती हैं, ओरल टेस्ट होते हैं और प्रैक्टिकल एग्जामिनेशन होता है. ठीक है. सेकेंड, टेक्निकल इम्प्रूवमेंट इन क्वेश्चन पेपर एंड इवेल्युएशन, कि क्वेश्चन पेपर और इवेल्युएशन की जो टेक्निकल इम्प्रूवमेंट है वो हो. सो द कमीशन रिकमेंडेड द टेक्निकल कॉम्पिटेंस ऑफ पेपर सेटर्स शुड बी इम्प्रूव्ड एंड क्वेश्चन पेपर्स should be oriented to objectives rather than the acquisition of knowledge. ठीक है, मीन्स ऑब्जेक्टिव टाइप के क्वेश्चन इसमें ज़्यादा हों. थर्ड इज नेचर ऑफ सर्टिफिकेट्स. द सर्टिफिकेट्स should be issued by the State Board of School Education. These certificates should include the student's performance in different subjects and must bear the remark whether he has passed or failed in the whole examination. मीन्स सर्टिफिकेट पे ये लिखा होना चाहिए कि जो स्टूडेंट है उसकी परफॉर्मेंस कैसी है अलग अलग सब्जेक्ट में, और वो पास है या फेल है किसी उस पूरे एग्जामिनेशन में. ठीक है. फोर्थ इज़ फाइनल एग्जामिनेशन बाय सम सेलेक्टेड स्कूल्स. Examination conducted by these schools should be regarded as equivalent to the examination conducted by the State Board of Examination. The board should also issue certificates to the successful candidates of these school, but the selection of these school should be made carefully. For this purpose, criteria should be made by the committee set up by the State Board of School Education. Fifth is internal assessment. The commission has given an important place to internal assessment in the evaluation of the students. तो जो कमीशन है उसने इंटरनल असेसमेंट को बहुत ही इम्पॉर्टेंट प्लेस दी हुई है. इंटरनल असेसमेंट शुड बी कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव एंड शुड इंक्लूड ऑल एस्पेक्ट्स ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स ग्रोथ एंड डेवलपमेंट. ठीक है, जिसमें जो स्टूडेंट की ग्रोथ और डेवलपमेंट है वो सारी इंक्लूडेड होती है. फॉर दिस पर्पज़ the written examination conducted by schools should be improved on the lines of external examination. Other evaluation tools such as invest inventories, aptitude test and rating scales should be used. Sixth is higher secondary examination. Now in 10+2 system of education, first external examination should be held at the end of 10th class and second external examination should be held at the end of 12th class. In those states where higher secondary stage ends with 11th class, the students will have to appear in two successive external examination, that is at the end of the 10th and 11th class. नेक्स्ट इज़ इम्प्रूवमेंट इन मेथड्स ऑफ टीचिंग, कि मेथड ऑफ टीचिंग में कैसी इम्प्रूवमेंट हो. सो कोठारी कमीशन मेड द फॉलोइंग रिकमेंडेशन फॉर इम्प्रूवमेंट इन इंस्ट्रक्शनल वर्क, मीन्स मेथड ऑफ टीचिंग. सो इसका फर्स्ट मेथड था टीचिंग मेथड. टीचिंग मेथड में आपका आ जाता है डिस्कवरी एंड डिफ्यूज़न. द कॉन्टिन्यूअल डीपनिंग ऑफ द करिकुला should be accompanied by an equally vigorous improvement in the method of teaching and evaluation. The main factors responsible for the dull and uninspiring school teaching are the weakness of the average teacher. By and large, the competence of the average teacher is poor. His general education is below standard and his professional preparation is unsatisfactory. Second is lack of educational research on teaching method. Little has been done to find out in crucial sectors the methods that are best suited to our condition and needs. Third, rigidity of existing educational system. Better methods of teaching are discovered not so much through educational research as through the adventures of gifted teachers who have the courage to get off the beaten track. Our educational system is not designed to encourage initiative, creativity, and experimentation on a large scale and is therefore not able to keep itself abreast of the times. Second is elasticity and dynamism. A good educational system should be elastic, dynamic, flexible, and discriminating enough to help institution and teachers to proceed along different levels of development. Means जो आपका एजुकेशनल सिस्टम होना चाहिए इलास्टिक डायनेमिक और फ्लेक्सिबल होना चाहिए मीन्स इसको सिचुएशन के अकॉर्डिंग चेंज किया जा सके. The good school should be free to go ahead on creative and experimental lines, while the weaker one should be supported to gain a sense of security. Elasticity and dynamism are possible only if the experimenting teacher is supported by the administrative authority, a general atmosphere of reform, the encouragement of the head of the institution, a mastery of subject matter, leadership provided by training institution, and the availability of teaching materials. Third is programs for immediate improvement of teaching. Kothari Commission suggested that the following programs will help in the immediate future in improving the teaching in our schools. Training for the use of improvised teaching aids. Teachers should be helped and trained to rely on inexpensive and locally available on improvised teaching aids. Second, use of school workshop and programs of work experience. The use of school workshop and also programs of work experience to prepare the teaching aids required by the school itself and by the other schools in the neighborhood. Guidance and counseling. Guidance at the secondary stage. Now, one of the main function of the guidance at the secondary level is to help the adolescent pupils in the identification and development of abilities and interest. It should help the pupils to understand their own strength and limitation and to do scholastic work at the level of their ability. To gain information about educational and vocational opportunities and requirements, to make realistic educational and vocational choices and plans based on consideration of all relevant factors, and to find solution to problems of personal and social adjustment in the school. And the guidance services should be also help headmasters and teachers to understand their students as individual and to create situation in which the students can learn more effectively. The commission made following recommendation in this respect. First is minimum guidance service to all secondary schools. Means a minimum guidance service should be made available to all secondary school by having one visiting school counselor for every 10 school located within a reasonable distance of one another, and by allocating the simple guidance functions to teachers. Second, comprehensive guidance services in selected tools schools. Comprehensive guidance services should be set up in a few carefully selected schools, preferably one in each district. Third, provision of necessary supervisory staff. The necessary supervisory staff to inspect and offer consultation to the school workers should be appointed in the State Bureau of Guidance. Fourth is understanding of concept and techniques of guidance. It is necessary that all secondary schools teachers should be given some understanding of guidance, concepts, and simple guidance techniques as a part of the program intended for every training. Special or advanced course should be provided for those who wish to study the subject in depth. Every training college should have on its staff a person having at least the training considered essential for school counselors. Provision should also exist for the in-service training of the school, in the service training of the training college staff in guidance and counseling. Fifth, professional training of guidance workers. Adequate arrangement should be made by the State Bureau of Guidance and Training College. Advanced training should be organized at the national level. Sixth is ancillary programs. Ancillary programs should be accelerated. Ancillary programs should include the development of guidance literature, occupational information materials, films and film strips, psychological tests, and research into problems of guidance in the Indian situations. So this is the improvement in methods of teaching, and this is the improvement in examination system.